Oh, hello, yeah. Well, it's Humpty. Hooray for Humpty. Like Humpty, yeah. Sometimes, just sometimes, I think people really, really, really deserve to be pilloried. Perhaps in the literal meaning of that sense. Indeed. Ooh, you're not stirring up violence, are you? No, I'm just throwing brickbats, not literally, metaphorically, at people that probably need it. And perhaps the apposite example of that yesterday was Alison Pearson, who tweeted this. We can't have children being taught to be proud of their country, can we? Phillipson MP, yes, the Education Secretary, Brigitte Phillipson, yes, can't. No, you're right. Honestly, Labour will cease to exist as a political party soon, and normal Britain will be restored. Thank God, yes indeed. Yes, so we can go back to normal Britain. Sort of normal Britain where you can post up racist things with no evidence at all, even though you're a journalist. And then when the coppers come round and sort of suggest that you've done such a thing, well, you can stand there in your slippers and your dressing gown, because it's Cenotaph Day and you're showing respect to the veterans in your own particular way, and you can be the victim. Oh, yes, that's Alison, isn't it? Yeah. Me and my mate Lucy Connolly. Oh, yes, another victim of everything. Anyway, what was she going on about? Well, she was going on about this particular tweet, which she had retweeted, okay, from Charlie Simpson. So let's have a look at that. Exclusive. Ooh, it's exclusive. The Department of Education has issued guidance to schools across the United Kingdom. It's unlikely because they don't actually run stuff in Scotland or Wales or Northern Ireland, but never mind that now, directing them to strictly prohibit support for Raise the Colours movement. Yes, indeedy. Since the campaign's launch, the government has instructed schools not to endorse it and to actively discourage student participation. Yeah, which, if you think about it, is quite logical because you don't necessarily want kids shinning up various things or at break time to place flags on them or indeed spray painting anything white they can see with a red cross. That's blindingly obvious, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, it's exclusive, this, from the Department of Education. Yeah, cool. It goes further. So we've got one school in York that issued the following statement for guidance. So a bit of thing here. So I don't know where the school is. Not been able to find that, but let's not worry about that for now. This is not a message we condone in Huntingdon School. That one, anyway. We will not be supporting the campaign as we do not wish it to be associated with anything that promotes racism or discrimination. Instead, we are planning to create a banner at the front of the school featuring flags from around the world to share the message from everyone is welcome here and is a valued part of the community. Yes, you can see there about prohibiting all sorts of things. Prohibited, bad, isn't it? Yeah. Right, anyway, me being the git that I am, you see, there were two things. Before we actually come on to Charlie himself, which is fairly dodgy, I then return to Alison, which is even more dodgy. It's worthwhile thinking about this because I have looked for this. I have looked for the Huntingdon School, which I found. Yes, it is indeed in York, and there is nothing on their website or anything else to verify any of this whatsoever. As for Charlie's exclusive, I can find no guidance, and I'm a teacher, don't forget, from the DFE about this, so I don't know. But the problem with our proper Charlie is that this is Charlie, okay? He's 14 years old. Just going to leave that one hanging. Let's think about that just for a moment. He's 14, okay? He's the host of the Simpson Report, yeah, because his name is Simpson, and he's an independent journalist. Now, you would have thought at 14 he'd be a kid, but no, apparently he's an independent journalist, yeah, and indeed he gets on his own website quite upset if you mention the fact that he's 14. We got him slagging off the Times, those gits at the Times. What do they know? Self-styled independent journalist, yeah. At one time, party members had considered approaching Charlie Simpson, the 14-year-old boy, that's him, and self-styled independent journalist for membership. However, in a voice memo heard by the Times, Kenny Smith, the Homeland leader, fairly dodgy organisation, you can look them up for yourself, rejects this because he's a big supporter of Israel and all that, can't be far right, and he's not a proper nationalist. The party says he does not recruit under 16s, yeah, just like Reform, unless of course, they rock up with their parents that are there. Now, Mr. Charlie, a proper Charlie that he is, has something of a history of this. There was this from the Daily Express. Schoolboy 13 called a Nazi and a racist for supporting Reform UK. yes, which is probably where he got his little springboard to call himself an independent journalist. I'll leave a link down below, you can read that for yourself, but the word allege and claim occurs at least once in every paragraph, so it's full of alleged and claims. And apparently, well, you can make up your own mind about it, about just how a reliable a source, bearing in mind he's not actually quoting anybody, even though it's an exclusive, it is. Which brings us perhaps neatly on back to Alison Pearson, who is, after all, a highly paid journalist, who is reporting and retweeting things from children as fact and using them and using it in a particularly nasty, vitriolic way that she does. Now, I think, once again, that people should be pilloried for that, because if any decent, respected journalist, say about 20 years ago, did such a thing, they'd probably be fired on the spot, and with allegations that they must have been drunk, surely. But oh God, no, not in today's 2025 modern thrusting British journalism thing, where women who are highly paid can't even be bothered to do the most basic bits of research and are quite happy to take the word of a child about anything they want. And further to a being child and a proper Charlie, where on earth are this child's parents, and how much are they cheering them on? Ideology and grooming, of course, comes to mind. Just utterly astounding. Still, never mind. What do I know? I'm merely a professional, eh? Do have a glorious day. Do enjoy if you can. Dear God, spare us from that woman.